Hey everyone, so this is going to be my Big Brother 19 cast reveal assessment video. It feels like Christmas, no pun intended, because I am a Big Brother fanatic. I have been watching for literally over a decade, right? I'm enamored by the show. Like, I literally always buy the live feeds. I watch every single year. I'm on Jokers, I am on Twitter, I follow, you know, Hamster Watch, I follow all of them, and honestly, it's literally my favorite pastime of the summertime. Like, everybody is obsessed with going to the beach, everybody's obsessed with, you know, going to parties. I'm literally obsessed with just going on my laptop and watching the live feeds. Like, yeah. So that's that. Quickly, before I delve into the house guests, I also wanted to say a common theme this season is people over 30 years old. I feel like the median age is around almost 28 to 30. That's awesome. A lot of more older players. A lot of my friends think the show is dedicated to college kids, which it kind of is. It's kind of catered to that group, that demographic, but I love how they kind of like branched out a little bit this season and have, you know, added 6 out of 16 players who are over 30 years old. That's awesome. Okay, thank you, Rob and Cass. I feel like you've listened to the diehard fans and the super fans, obviously, that we've been wanting this for a long time. We wanted people over, you know, 30 years old to be on the show, and you know, usually we'd only get 1 or 2. This season we have 6, so they're definitely making progress. They're making baby steps, and I think a lot of people want like the average 9 to 5. They don't want Instagram models every year, and I feel like we only have one real like Instagram model, fitness model this season, and you know, that's fine. I'm just happy that they're branching out to the everyday regular 9 to 5 people. That's awesome. So I definitely have to commend Robin Cass for that, and I'm proud of her for casting better people, more relatable people this season. And by the way, I'm so happy that there are no returning players. Keeping it simple, going back to basics, there's something beautiful about that, and there's something super special about that. I feel like if it's not broken, why fix it? So, and also I feel like it's very unfair to the newbies having returning players come back. They know the show, they know what they're getting into, they know how to play it up for the camera, so to speak. So I feel like it's better that everybody starts fresh. There's no one starting with any unfair advantages. So I am stoked for it. I'm here for it. I think the season is going to be incredible. Let's get into the house guests. First up, Christmas Abbott, age 33, from Raleigh, North Carolina. She's a fitness athlete. So every season, Big Brother is notorious for having these pretty typical stereotypes, right? They always have one person who's like social media famous, which is this girl. She is a fitness superstar. She has over 400,000 followers on Instagram, and she has a published book. She is very well known for her CrossFit, and I think she's going to be a physical threat for this show. Hopefully she's going to be a comp beast. I really hope to see that, because she seems really cool. She's not here for the Christmas puns because her name is Christmas, but she seems awesome. However, I will say she is definitely a recruit. Her favorite player is Helen from season 15. Really? Like, some of these people you can tell are recruits when they give their answers to who is their favorite baby player. Come on. But I wish her well, and I think she's gonna go far. She's really strong, so we'll see. Up next, we have Matthew Klein's, age 33, from Arlington, Virginia. He is a renovation consultant. Some of his favorite pastimes are watching panda videos and animal videos. Okay, he also likes to lift weights. He seems to be very shy, but also super nice at the same time. He's quoted as loving Donnie Thompson from season 16. So, yeah, another recruit. To be completely honest with you guys, I don't really like recruits because they have no clue about the game. But at the same time, it's kind of interesting. It's like throwing them into the house with no experience, not knowing what they're getting into. So I think it's unique in a way, but he seems likable, so I'll give him the benefit for now. I honestly don't see him as a threat in any way. He just seems very chill, laid back, you know, sweet kind of guy. I have nothing bad to say about him. I hope he goes far. Next, we have Dominique Cooper from Woodbridge, Virginia. She's 30 years old. She's a nuclear engineer for the US government. She's another recruit. She doesn't even have a favorite player, but I really like her personality. So maybe she'll adapt to the show pretty quickly, and I hope so because I'm rooting for her. I like her a lot. The next house guest up is Elena Davies. Elena, hello. So I'm a little unfair here because that's my name, but to be honest with you, I feel like Elena was cast as kind of the comedy act of this season. She reminds me of Meg from season 17. She's a radio personality from Dallas, Texas. So she quotes James Hewling as her favorite player of all time because of his pranks, and he was a jokester, and that's who she is as a person. So I don't see her as a threat at all. I think she's gonna float by if they don't get her out. I don't see her going far at all. She's really, really pretty, but I don't really have an opinion. Like, she's not a diehard super fan. She's not really someone that I'm like, wow, I think this person's amazing. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. No, she's gonna kind of fade in the background. She's not like, oh my God, I think she's gonna win. You know, she's not giving me that vibe at all. And she's a recruit, so. The next house guest, Jason Dent, age 37, from Houston, Iowa, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce that. He is a rodeo clown, that's his occupation. He also loved James Hewling. This guy is definitely another recruit. For him, more so, because in the interviews with Jeff, he said that he's never watched any Big Brother before, so they obviously wanted a Midwestern guy to be on the show this season, again living up to their stereotypes as they always do. But I don't really know. He's married. He said he would kind of do a flirtmance kind of deal, but I don't know. I feel like he's just gonna be fun, but that's it. I don't think he's gonna do much, kind of like Donnie. The next house guest we have is Jessica Graf, who happens to be my favorite house guest this season so far, just from the bios and the one video with Jeff. So Jessica Graf is 26. She's from the East Coast, but now living in LA. She's a VIP concierge. So it has been leaked on Reddit that she knows Liz Nolan. Liz was on BB17 in 2015. So she works with Liz. So Liz definitely got her on the show by just calling Robin, I'm sure. She's a super pretty girl, let's be honest. She's gorgeous. But she actually does watch the show. Like, she's quoted as Janelle as her favorite player of all time. And I can respect that, because here's my issue with recruits. It's not so much that they don't know the show. It's the fact that they're quoting their favorite players to be of recent seasons. Like, the fact that she named Janelle, someone who's a legend on this show from years and years ago, I respect that, because I'm so used to seeing people who don't watch this show say, oh, I love Donnie. Oh, I love Helen. Oh, I love Nicole Franzel. Oh, I love Zach Rance. Like, all these recent players. No, we have someone who really likes Yvette, so props to you. I love that about her. She's obviously super pretty, but I think she's actually here to kill it on the show, and I don't really, maybe she'll be in a showmance, but I hope for her sake she's not. She's very beautiful, but I hope she can use her beauty to her advantage and manipulate some boys to help her along the way. The next house guest is Cameron Hurd, 24, from Woodbridge, Illinois. He's a microbiologist. So he is my favorite male of this season. So Cameron's mom got him into Big Brother 5 years ago when Ian Terry had his season. It was the coach's season when Ian won. She basically said to him, it's like Survivor, but in a house. So he became super enamored with the show and he fell in love with Ian. Like, he's obsessed with Ian, but he said he's gonna be a better Ian because he's a little bit older, more skilled, and is a lot more social than Ian and Steve combined. Not only that, but he's a lot more athletic than those two, and he's really cute. He's not like your average nerd where it's like, oh, you're not attracted to them. He's really cute. Like, he's athletic, he's super smart, nerdy, and I think he's like the whole package, to be honest with you. And he's got a little bit more life experience than those two had when they were on the show. So I think this is just going to benefit him even more, and he's also into his career already. So I love him, and I really hope he goes far, and he knows the show for only watching it for 5 years, so props. The next house guest is Mark Jansen, 26, from Grand Island, New York. That's right by Buffalo. He is a personal trainer. So just looking at this guy, you think he's gonna be like, oh, a dick, like, because he's a big dude. He's a teddy bear. He's so sweet, so adorable. I really hope he goes far. He's such a sweet guy. I'm curious to see. Oh, he loves Brendan. So maybe he watched the show, maybe he didn't, but honestly, he's just so nice. Like, I cannot hate on this guy. I really hope he goes far. The next house guest is Megan Lauder from Cathedral City, California, but currently living in Phoenix, Arizona. She's a professional dog walker. She loves playing video games. She loves hiking. She also loves racing. Let's see. She's quoted as loving Frank Udy. She doesn't want to end up like Tiffany Russo. And she also loved Paul and Victor from last season. So I think she's more of a chill, relaxed kind of girl. She's looking to find a gym buddy on the show. A lot of working out, staying active. And I feel like she has something like against women. Like, she doesn't want to do an all-girls alliance. She wants to kind of form up with a lot of the males and make an alliance with the males because the males go further in the game, statistically speaking. So we'll see. I'm not really crazy about her. I don't like this whole anti-women thing, but we'll see. The next house guest is Josh Martinez from Miami, Florida. He is in hair care sales. So, to be quite honest with you, I really did not like his attitude. He was cursing throughout the interview with Jeff, and I just think that's incredibly trashy. You're on a national TV show, and yes, it's not the show yet, but you're being interviewed for that show with millions of people watching the live feeds just to see you, and you're cursing. Like, I get it. He's trying to showcase his personality and be very extra, but no, I don't like him. I sense a lot of immaturity from this guy. He quotes Evil Dick as being his favorite house guest ever. And, you know, I do also give credit where credit's due. It's somebody from years ago that he's liking, so it's not a recent person. So I'm not sure if he's been watching for a long time. I'll give him the benefit that he's a fan instead of a recruit. But just his attitude, honestly, like, I really don't like that. Like, there's a way to conduct yourself, and it's just not my kind of person that I like. So I think he's going to cause a lot of drama, a lot of chaos. But if that's the kind of person you like, then you might like him a lot. But for me, he just doesn't do anything for me. I hope he's an early boot, hopefully a pre-jury boot. The next house guest is Cody Nixon, 32, from Plano, Texas. He's a construction sales rep. Again, another one with a crazy ego. I don't like this guy whatsoever. He came off as very dull but rude in the interview, if that makes sense. I don't like his personality. He also quotes Evil Dick as being his favorite player of all time. Honestly, Josh and Cody, I don't like. I'm going to be honest with you. They might make for some good TV. They might form an alliance. I don't know. But from what I can see, I just don't like his attitude along with Josh's. I mean, yeah, they might be friends because of their similarities, but it's just not my kind of personality that I like on the show. So I'm hoping that he's an early boot as well. The next house guest is Alex Au, age 28, from Camarillo, California. She's an eco-friendly marketing rep. So the problem I have with her, she has a really funny, cool, crazy personality, and that's awesome. But she said she's loved the show, but did not even know that that was Jeff interviewing her. What? That was so bad. Like, she was so messy in this interview, and you could clearly tell she was another recruit. There's a ton of recruits this season, to be honest with you. Not too sure how I feel about that. Maybe I might make a separate video and delve into that a lot more, but I think she's gonna be an early boot, to be honest with you. She seems kind of lost. So yeah. Next house guest is Jillian Parker, 24, from Las Vegas, Nevada. She's a timeshare sales rep. So it has currently leaked very recently that she's a huge avid Donald Trump supporter. It was leaked on Twitter, which is fine to have your opinions, of course. But I think this is going to have a lot, this season's going to be very, very political with Trump becoming the new president recently. I think there's going to be a lot of heated debates in the Big Brother house, especially if people are really into politics like Jillian. Now, a little side note, I honestly thought she was 34. I was literally shook beyond belief when I heard she was 24. I was like, what? No way. So maybe she just doesn't have good genetics or whatever, but whatever. She's quoted as loving Danielle Donato, Danny Donato, of course, Evil Dick's daughter, from season 8 and season 13 as being one of her favorite house guests. So maybe she watches the show, but to be quite honest with you, her personality was so insipid that I literally could not get through the interview with Jeff. She was so boring, like no personality. I had to just click X, to be honest. So unfortunately, she did nothing for me. I don't know if she's gonna go far. Maybe she might just float her way through, but I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on her. Next up, one of my favorites, Kevin Sheila. Honestly, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his last name, but it is a very hard last name to pronounce. He is the oldest house guest this season. He's 55. So thank you, Big Brother, for giving us an older player. He is from Boston, Massachusetts. He's a stay-at-home dad. And the running joke on Reddit is that he is a DILF. And I'm not gonna lie, he really is hot. He's a lot hotter than a lot of these 30-year-olds that Robin casted this season. So, yeah. He's obviously a recruit. He met Derek Lavassier from season 16 a year ago, and he liked him. But he's a recruit. But honestly, I wish the best for him. He's awesome. I mean, he has 7 daughters, or 6 daughters and 1 son. Either way, he's got a ton of children. He's got 7 kids. Like, he's so epic. Like, I love this guy's personality. He seems very down to earth. He can tell you a story about anything, literally, and I love that. So, because you know what a lot of people forget? There's a lot of downtime in that Big Brother house. It's like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and half of the day on Thursday. They really have a lot of downtime. Of course, you could, you know, petition to get votes and, you know, try to turn people against each other. But there is a lot of downtime in that house. So I'm just excited to see his life stories on the feeds because I know he's got a ton. And he said to Jeff he has a ton of stories. So I'm super, super excited to see all of his crazy stories and listen to them because he's definitely one of my early favorites. The next house guest is Ramsey Soto. He's 21 years old from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's a cosplay artist. I love him. I do. He was not a recruit. He did apply, but he's a newer fan. He started watching 2 years ago and he is obsessed with Dan Giesling. So he's gonna play the game. He's amazing. He is the token gay of the season. I live. Yes, God. I really, really hope he goes far because he's very intelligent. Like, he loved Dan's funeral speech back in BB14. So honestly, I love this kid. Ramsey also claims to be a great manipulator and a great strategist. So I really hope he goes far, and I think he's someone to look out for. I think he's gonna fly under the radar in the beginning, and then he's gonna really dominate. So I wish him the best. The last and final house guest is Raven Walton, 23, from Devils Bluff, Arkansas. She is a dance teacher. She's quoted as loving Frankie Grande, which I'm not sure why, but okay. She said she's a huge super fan, has been watching for years and years and years with her mom, so that's really sweet. She has a pacemaker in her stomach, and my heart goes out to her. That's incredibly crazy, and she got a second chance at life, and she's doing something she loves. She made it on the show, Big Brother, so I'm really, really, really rooting for her. I only see a legend. I love her so much. And Julie Chin's Big Brother podcast, shout out to you guys. You guys are epic. They actually went to Devils Bluff, and they're literally amazing investigators. I love them. You guys should definitely subscribe to them if you love Big Brother. They literally found this girl before this got revealed. Like, they went to the locals and asked, hey, have you guys heard any news about a person on Big Brother being cast? And sure enough, they found the girl. So she's gorgeous. Raven is stunning. She has done modeling. She loves the show. I really hope she goes far. I really do. I think the worst case scenario, I think she'll make jury, because, you know, she'll open up about her story, about her pacemaker, and honestly, nobody's gonna want to evict a girl right away with a pacemaker. That makes you look like a horrible human being. So I think she'll go at least midway, because she's epic, and like I said, I only see a legend. Okay, so my final analysis so far, just off of the, 3-minute Jeff Schroeder interviews, the bios on CBS, and just my overall perspective on these people. So here's the first thing that I've noticed. Okay, so besides them all, 6 of them being over 30, which is awesome, a lot of them are sales representatives. Have any of you guys realized that yet? Like, I feel like a lot of these assessment videos, they're not saying that. It's really weird how, like, a handful, like 7 of them, are all sales reps. That is a little weird. I guess that is what the theme that they want to go with the producers, that a lot of them want sales reps this season. Interesting. I want your guys' thoughts on that. Don't you think that's a little unique and strange? Maybe that plays into a twist later on in the show, but I think that's weird that a lot of these people are sales reps. Something to think about. Like I said, I love that there's no returnees. It's all new faces. Back to basics is definitely something that needed to happen a couple years ago, and I'm just glad they're doing it now. At least better late than never. So I'm very stoked for this season, you guys. So just to round out, I love Jessica. I think she's a queen. I live. Raven, legend. Love her. I also love Cameron. I love Kevin. I love Ramses. So those 5 people I'm really pulling for. Maybe someone new will win me over. Maybe Megan. Maybe, I can't say I like Alex. I can't say I like Cody. I can't say I like Josh. I'm sorry, just those 3 people just really rub me the wrong way. But the other people, I'm open-minded to them, and I really hope their personalities will shine through on the feeds, and I hope they give us really good TV. I'm really excited for this summer, and I cannot wait to be reviewing Big Brother 19 for you guys. So please subscribe for more videos. I love you guys so much. Bye.
We want to see more average, everyday, 9 to 5 people, and not necessarily 7 Instagram models or 3 people that they found on Tinder. No shade to Becky, I love her, but it's true.